Cool. Yeah, so this is Dave Wood, and I'm here with
Pavel.
Pavel. Is
Yeah.
it Pavel or
Pavel,
is it
yeah, it's
Pavel?
Pavel, yeah.
Anyway, we only have a few minutes. The presidential debates are going to start, and we wanted to make a video about nothing.
Yeah.
So what's up, man?
Nothing. Nothing at all, man.
Who do you think's going to
No.
win the elections?
Dude, I think Trump's gonna win.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you like Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Kamala?
I think she's a dumbass. Dude, I've been watching. I've been watching their like random meme videos, and she was talking about something about she's like, tomorrow was yesterday, and yesterday is today, or today is tomorrow, and it just kept going on like that, and then there was like another one where she was, what she say? She's like, you got to be woke or woker, so then you could be like, I'm wokest and woker, and like then there's a lady sitting next to her, and she's just like, I wish we could pull up a video, but she's like sitting there, she's like, are you kidding me? So this is gonna be fun. Why? What do you think? Who do you
I think
is
Trump
gonna
will win.
Yeah.
I actually think the election pulled in Trump's favor when he got shot in the ear.
Dude, remember that video you showed me of the guy that predicted it like 4 months ago?
Yeah,
What was that guy's
crazy
name?
one. I don't know.
We should pull that up and show people that part.
Video where he's
Where it shows like it was stamped like 4 or 5 months before, and he like literally said the bullet passed his
that
ear.
was crazy. So there's this. If you're watching this, if you haven't seen this, there was this Christian prophet who was like, this is 4 months before Trump, or maybe 2 or 3 months before he got shot in the ear. I don't remember how long, but it was like 4 months ago now, and he predicted an assassination attempt. And he didn't just say somebody's going to try to take Trump's life.
Yeah.
He said, and I saw a bullet, and it like went by his head and like nipped him in the ear.
Yeah, in his right ear. He said right ear.
Yeah, and he was touching the same ear that the bullet
Yeah,
hit
he's like
when he was doing the prediction. It's crazy.
You guys were talking about that, and I was like, nah, that's bullshit. I was like, no way. It's probably gonna be like, but it was crazy. So I'm wondering now if like the rest of the stuff he was talking about is gonna happen.
Well, he said the economy would collapse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he did. He said that Trump would win, and then there'd be an economic collapse that was worse than the Great Depression. So I don't know if all that stuff that guy said will happen, but I actually do think when I remember seeing it when he got shot in the ear, I thought that he's just won the election. Now that would 100% been true if he was against Biden, because Biden obviously he's losing his mental faculties, right? But the Democrats have kind of picked up and rallied. Around Kamala. I still think Trump will win. Though.
Yeah. What do you think about like predictions like that? What do you think? Like, do you think that's real, or do you think he just like? I mean, maybe he like called. Maybe he was like one of the guys who like planned it out, so he just like kind of said it. You know, like did he really predict it, or did he just
knew
like
the kid? He's like, shoot him in the ear.
Yeah, shoot him in the ear. Yeah, it's kind of like the Simpsons thing. It's like, are the Simpsons like actually predicting stuff that's going to happen, or are people just kind of like doing the things that happened in the Simpsons, exactly the way it happened in the Simpsons to freak everybody out, kind of thing?
You know what I actually think is I think that the universe. Are you familiar with like non-locality and quantum mechanics?
No.
You're not?
No.
Okay. I'm not a quantum physicist, but in quantum physics, there's phenomenon that can happen over large distances that essentially show that the universe at a small enough scale has non-local properties, meaning kind of everything that's there is there in multiple. It's like everywhere at once, right? And there's also some studies in quantum physics, particularly that show that there might be entanglement that happens across time scales, right? So particles are entangled through time. That's not definitively proven, but there's some kind of evidence for it. And then in Einstein's theory of relativity, Einstein believed, I can't remember what it's called, I think it was the Bloch universe, where essentially all of the universe, past, present, and future, just exists in the space-time continuum. Right. So in Einstein's the way Einstein saw the universe, the future and the past are kind of like points on a graph that they both exist at once. And so maybe what happens is that sometimes I think that people do somehow. I think the brain is registering things that are going to happen, and I do think that people predict things sometimes. right? But it's not like the problem with that is it's not like something that we have the ability to just do. I just think that sometimes there's maybe something really strong that happens, and it's entangled across time with somebody's mind, or maybe God reveals it to somebody. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I kind of think of it like, I don't know.
Probably a simpler explanation is like God told him that,
right?
that this
God,
guy was going to get shot in the air.
Yeah, and
but then what if the rest of what he said doesn't come true, though?
Well, then I don't know. I mean,
and then he just predicted that one random.
Then maybe he didn't really hear the rest of it right. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to take those things. Like, I almost think of it as like, I don't know. Like dreams, dreams, maybe like it's the same thing as like dreams where like maybe it's all, maybe you're right. Maybe it's all entangled. I don't know. Probably the simplest answer is, probably God told him. Yeah. I don't know. Like what else is there? Like how else would he know that? Unless it was like planned, maybe he's like, maybe someone should investigate that guy.
Maybe.
What was his name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll find it though.
We'll figure it out.
You can look up like Christian prophet who predicts Trump getting shot in the air, and you can find this guy's name, but it is really wild. He predicts exactly the right ear, and he even touches his ear kind of in the same way that Trump got shot. Yeah. He's like, and I saw it. It went through his ear. Yeah, and like he touches
ruptured his eardrum.
It ruptured his eardrum. Yeah, and then he falls on the ground.
And and then he's like, and then he like screams something or. Yeah, you should pull it up right now, like in the video, like we'll pull it up. And just show people, and then just how crazy it is.
Yeah, we'll try to remember his name or whatever. Yeah. So let's talk about something else. So you think Trump's gonna win?
Yeah.
What do you think the Democrats are gonna react like if Trump? Do you think they're just gonna have a hissy fit?
No, I think they're gonna do something crazy, man.
Like what?
Like I don't know, go after the economy, unleash another virus. Who knows?
I don't know. You think the Democrats will unleash a virus?
Probably. I mean, look what happened. They got beaten and they just threw everything into chaos. I mean, that's just. I might be crazy. I'm a weird like conspiracy theory guy. So I think I think they're gonna react very. It's not gonna be good for anybody in the States probably after, because like look what they were willing to do the whole time he was president. Like instead of focusing on, fixing everything in our country, they focused on him and how to like bash him and like unleash like. That's all the news was about, is just them bashing Trump the whole time. And it's going to be no different. They're going to like try and make some kind of crazy story. That's going to be their whole effort. Not like the economy, not jobs, none of that shit. It's just going to be like, how do we take this guy down constantly until he goes down? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's this wine. Who knows? What do you think?
Could be the wine. I think that if Trump wins, and again we have to see, right? At this moment, I think he's going to win, and I think that the Democrats won't react well to it. I think that they could react worse than the very first time he won. And I don't know if you remember that they went quite ape shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was over in California and I was out at some like bars or something like that, and there was these people. They had this song. It was called "Fuck Trump." And they were like all singing along with it.
Really?
It was California,
Yeah.
It was California, yeah. They were not happy about that. But we'll see. I mean, the same thing. I mean, I think that Republicans wouldn't be happy if Kamala won.
I don't think anybody would be happy. Yeah, no. But I don't think they would react like the Democrats would react if Kamala won. I mean, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. It seems like the left is just way too fanatical. They don't even know like what is going on. Like if you ask them questions, they can't even answer the questions. They're like, "Well, name one." Like who's that guy Charlie or whatever that goes around? He'll go to like campuses and stuff.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. And people will be like, "You're a racist. You're a bigot," and then he'll be like, "Well, name one racist thing I did." And they're like, "Duh. Well, you suck." Like walk away. Like I feel like they don't even know why they're angry or what they're angry at. They're just like, "Oh, everybody else is doing it. I'm gonna be angry too."
Well, this is a problem, actually, that a lot of people give their opinions on everything as if they're just as authoritative as the stuff that they know about. But fundamentally, most people know very little about what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about in the narrow sphere, like this wide. Like they're a mechanic, and they could talk to you for hours about how to be a mechanic, and their opinion is actually like an expert opinion. But then they go and they're talking about something that they literally have only read little headlines about on Facebook, and they've seen the drama and gotten angry and interacted with Bob on Facebook, and they've argued about the flat Earth with Susan. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, everybody wants to be a part of something bigger, right? So they see community and they see other people. They
Yeah.
want to feel like heard and connected. So they just
Another bug.
you got another one. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's
We're
what's
doing a
happening.
video. This
Yeah.
giant bug just
Dude.
landed on me. It was like it's scary.
I'm being eaten alive out here.
Yeah, you are. You are. There's bugs crawling up
They love me, man.
the foot. They do.
Do you get bitten by mosquitoes a lot?
There are no mosquitoes up here.
But I mean, generally, where there are mosquitoes, are you
Yeah. I mean, I don't get. No, I actually never get bitten by mosquitoes.
okay?
I think it's because of like the peppers or something.
Yeah.
I eat tons of peppers. Maybe
Yeah.
it keeps them away. I
My
have no
dad,
idea.
my dad eats tons of onions and garlics. Never gets bitten. I walk outside and I'm just covered.
Maybe it's the onions and garlic. It could
Yeah.
be. I eat so much
My
peppers,
mom can't
dude.
stand it though.
I eat like constant jalapeno peppers and
Really?
everything. Oh yeah.
You got any?
Huh?
Do you have any?
No.
Like jalapenos? Are those the ones that?
Yeah,
no, those are, I'm
jalapenos,
thinking,
habaneros, all that stuff I eat. Yeah.
you ever
I-
tried
I-
ghost peppers?
I eat stuff that's so spicy that ghost peppers. I don't know if I can handle eating a whole ghost
Yeah?
pepper. Yeah.
We should eat one. We should just
On the camera?
Yeah, and just see what happens. We'll be the Spice Kings.
So let's make some weird predictions about the
Okay.
future and see if any of us get right. Like, what do you think is going to happen with AI over the next 5 years?
I think it's gonna. Well,
This is just unscripted randomness, by the way. There's no purpose to this video
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I think. Okay, so I come from animation. I went to school at the Academy of Art,
Yeah.
and I studied animation for 5 years. And with animation, you need people that build rigs. You need modelers. You need like background people. You need actual animators, texture artists, all that stuff. And I think a lot of those jobs might actually be taken away. I don't know, because each one of those elements has its own department. So, I think AI is just going to make it's just going to get rid of a lot of people's jobs because it can do it faster and better, probably within the next 5 years. And same thing with like
Animators.
yeah, animators, like not even just for like feature films but things like commercials and like maybe marketing stuff like that too. We'll just it'll just take over. You won't even need employees probably at some point. Like when
So
it comes to,
what
like,
then? Like, if we how much of the employees do you think it'll replace?
I don't know. I don't know that much about AI to say it, but I'm seeing the different things that AI is able to do. I think something crawled up in my nose. I think there's a bug in my nose.
Just
right
pick
now.
it. Just pick it. It's
Making
fine.
a home there. It's building a nest.
Yeah, might as well. They do that. They multiply.
Yeah.
They multiply in there. You don't know what's happening,
Yeah.
and then like a week later, like 50 bugs crawl out of your nose.
Yeah, it's AI
Costa Rican
controlling
thing.
all these things, man. These aren't even real.
They're
Why,
not.
what
They're
do you
not real bugs. These
what do
are
you think?
robots.
What do you think's gonna happen? You were saying some crazy stuff about like buildings like manifesting. I actually saw
Yeah, dude.
something. I saw something like that. This dude was like, they're right now they're able to like manipulate atoms to create like physical to create matter out of like atoms or something.
Like
I don't know.
nano robots. You're saying?
At like a really microscopic level, they're able to do it. But they mentioned the thing about like, okay, at scale, if they're able to do this, they're going to be able to like just do the whole building thing that you were talking
Well,
about.
no. What I was saying was not even talking about nanobots. That's another thing, because nanobots, to really get functional nanobots, we're still a few generations of technology out. But when I say generations of technology, this could come in like the next 5 years, right? But I think that what's happening right now is you have the robotics industry is going through exponential expansion right now. Because you look at Boston Dynamics and then Tesla, and then all the Chinese companies, and even OpenAI is doing it. Where like I don't know actually know that OpenAI is doing it. I think I saw an OpenAI robot where they're all building robots, right? And the robots are their hardware is farther ahead than the software, right? So in other words, the AI systems are behind where the hardware is. The hardware on those robots can basically move in any which way a human can move, right? But the AI is not smart enough to do everything that a human could do yet, right? So the robots are not at a spot, for example, where you could just say, go fix my swimming pool, and you don't even know what's wrong with it, and the robot just goes and figures it out like a mechanic could and just fixes it. You know what I mean? But they will be there. And like what Elon Musk talks about is he says right now you have the spectrum of intelligence on the earth, and you say like, okay, right now human beings represent the majority of the intelligence of the world. But that is going to be continuously reducing to where we represent less of a percentage of the intelligence of the world until we are down at less than 1% of the intelligence of the world. And the machine intelligence is going to be more than 99% of the intelligence of the world. Similarly to that, I think the robotics industry is going to go through an explosion, where the robotics industry, there will be eventually, one robot for every 100 people. There probably already is if you include machine factories and things like this, but it'll be like a walking around robot. And then there will be 5 robots for 100 people. And then I think we'll get to a spot where there's 3 robots for every person. And what will happen is that you'll have a situation where AI is 99% of the intelligence of the world. Robots are 5 to 1 with humanity. And you will be able to, robots, you got to understand, like a robot could move so fast that you would have to slow it down with a camera to see what it's doing, right? Like they'll be able to, just like a car wheel can spin and move the car 150 miles an hour with some of the nicer cars. You're going to have a robot that is moving near the speed of bullets, right? Building buildings with 100,000 other robots all moving in perfect synchronicity, like a team of people can't do. And what I was telling him is that like it's a very short space away to where like you could go to bed. Like I have this beautiful view here. I'll like go to bed one night and wake up, and there'll be a 2-mile high skyscraper erected from nothing. That is something that used to be a park that will have happened from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And it'll be done and furnished, and everything will be built inside. And it'll get crazier than that.
So okay, so let's say that kind of technology happens. Now like construction workers have no jobs,
Of course, yeah,
so
they
like
don't
what
have jobs.
happens to how are people going to make money in an economy like that if robots have just taken over all like you don't need a cameraman, you don't need like a mechanic anymore, you don't need a doctor because robots are doing like humans will literally remember movie Wall-E where everyone's just fat on that ship and happy and just like floating around and the robots do everything. So like is that what it's going to be like? How do we survive?
Nobody
at that
knows.
Point? Are there going to be laws like?
No, nobody knows. I mean, I think we could go through a major disruption. Like it's very possible, for example, that there could be like a mass human rebellion against this because our jobs are getting replaced too quick. Because you have to think about exponential expansion, right? So the amount of compute that's going towards AI is doubling every 3 months, which is crazy. It's an order of magnitude every 10 months. An order of magnitude is 10x. Right. If you took a penny and you multiplied it by 10 every 10 months and started with 1 penny, in 23 years, the Earth would be nothing but pennies down to the core. That's how fast AI is growing. Right. So it's growing fast enough to where if a penny did that in 23 years, the Earth would only be pennies all the way down to the center of the Earth. And if you did it for 63 years, the universe would be nothing but pennies with no space in between. Right. That's how fast AI is growing. It's insanely fast.
That's scary.
Can it grow that fast forever? No, but if it did, even for the next 50 years, the whole solar system could be filled with technology, right? Like that's how fast this is growing, right? Will it do that? Probably not. But what meaning does an economy have when there's unlimited resources at a beck and call? I don't know if there will be an economy.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Has anyone even thought about this?
Lots of people have thought about it. Yeah.
What's like the craziest thing you've heard? Like, what's
I mean, people are talking about universal basic income, universal abundant income. These are like kind of like, I mean, they're almost like communist type ideas that they have, and like where everybody just has an income and they just buy whatever they want with it. It's kind of controlled and regulated somehow centrally by some supercomputer intelligence that's like some eternal dictator, essentially.
I feel like eventually at some point, if everything is like the same like that, and we're all just leveled down to the exact same, people are going to want more. They're going to be like, well, I want to stand out. I want to be different. I want to do something. I want to make more than that guy.
People are wired to control resources. They want to control resources. So you'd have to reprogram civilization. But also, could you even do that? Communism has failed miserably.
Yeah.
Right. If you look at all the history books, for example, like you look every example of communism trying to function. I mean, even China's obviously prospering, right? But China kind of went away from communism.
Yeah. What are they right now?
They're just kind of like their own thing. They're highly controlled by the state, but they have a lot more economic freedom. You can't really call them communism anymore, right? Because communism has not worked. But
No.
even China, they have issues from when they were controlling births, for example. There's like you can only have one child,
Mhm.
and now they're having issues to where now they're trying to reverse it and get everybody to have babies again,
Mhm.
but people aren't. You know,
So
they're like,
backfired.
have more babies, and they're like we're gonna decline in the
Yeah.
future. For
Why?
this.
So you could fill up more
Yeah.
factories with workers.
But I think there's this issue. Will the robots replace us? Will the robots replace us in a malicious manner? That's a concern I think people have had, which of course one of the reasons why they're trying to put good control systems on AI. And this is all very far out because AI is still not. It's not a human. ChatGPT is not a human. It's just recombining data essentially, you know. But
and it could be hacked. So like, someone could hack it probably like later on in more advanced stages and be like kill all these people.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, what do you do then?
could definitely happen.
Then what happens? Does the whole system get shut down after that? Or are they like, whoa, we don't want that happening again. Get rid of all the robots, everybody. We're gonna have to figure this shit out. We haven't done, regular economy stuff in 30 years. Work? Maybe go back to work. What's that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
My HomeBot has been doing all that stuff. What do I do then?
So as you can see, the show is about nothing. We're not really going anywhere particular with this.
Yo,
We
you can
actually,
take
we
that
can
and just-
we can still hear you, Pavel.
What's that?
Pavel,
Pavel, Carvel,
Pavel,
Pavement,
Pavement.
Polovi, Provolone. Dude, I've had some weird names.
Well, you're Siberian.
Yeah.
This is what I found out today. I was like, wait, weren't you born in America? And he was like, no, I'm Siberian.
I grew up in the Pines, man. So like it was like a melting pot in New York, and it was like a lot of my friends were like Puerto Ricans and stuff, and they could never say Pavel. My best friend there his name was Cito, and his mom Evelyn. When I'd be like 7 or 8 years old, I'd come around and she couldn't pronounce my name Pavel or anything. So she'd be like, Carvel.
Carvel?
Like, Carvel? Like, where'd you know what? Fine, whatever. Call me whatever you want. Like, it's cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Wow, they're multiplying.
Yeah, these bugs are like quite intense actually right now. You guys can't see it, but there's like 1 million ants. They're like little like tiny ants crawling over our feet.
Yeah.
Probably from the light. Anyway, dude, we've been talking, I think, for long enough. I mean, we could talk about nothing for I don't know, 4 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's talk about I don't know, hypothetical situation. Let's say like AI just like takes over
Back
and there's
to
like
AI.
these giant robots everywhere, right? Yeah. So like do you see it as like some sort of apocalyptic thing? Is it going to be like Terminator?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite movie. Of course it's gonna be.
Is
like
it?
that. Yeah, it's how I learned English, man.
Is it? The
Power
Terminator?
Rangers, Calvin and Hobbes, and Terminator.
Power Rangers, Calvin and Hobbes, and
Yeah.
Terminator is how you learn
Yeah,
English?
I couldn't read or speak English until 2nd grade, and then after watching Terminator and Power Rangers every day,
You're like, I'll be back.
all of a sudden, third grade, I was like, I'm back. I had an accent until like 4th grade. I used to get made fun of. They're like, hey, Sputnik, get over here.
Sputnik.
Yeah.
A lot
But,
of little bugs. I've never
Yeah,
even
I mean,
seen these before.
shit, I don't know, man. It'll probably be apocalyptic. We're probably gonna.
You think we're gonna go through an apocalypse in our life, like
In our
a
life?
World War III
Dude,
type thing?
I've always had that weird feeling like I came into this world for just something like that. Like my luck, that shit would happen. You ever think about that? Like,
I mean,
I feel like
there
something
is like
bad's
8
gonna
billion
happen.
people with bad luck if that happens. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not just
well,
you,
Yeah, but like, I feel like I'm like,
Well, it's just
you
because
know,
of you, man. Just because of you.
yeah,
That's the
like
only
I'm gonna
reason.
put him in that exact time when the apocalypse happened, and I'm gonna make him paranoid about it forever until it happens. I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be some sort of big apocalyptic type war in my life. If I live long enough anyway. We'll
Hopefully
see.
till the end of it, like on my last breath.
I mean, Costa Rica would not be a bad place to be if
No?
there's a big apocalyptic war. They're very peaceful here. It would be a bad place, I think, to be in like, New York City or like,
Oh, yeah.
some big like Moscow or, some giant city. I think would be like a bad idea, particularly if resources are running low. But Costa Rica's actually not so bad.
Yeah, let's just stay in Costa Rica forever.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But the apocalypse, I think there'll be an apocalypse.
What
I don't know
kind
if there'll
of
be a zombie apocalypse.
You think it'll be like nukes or cyborgs?
I think that there is a very high chance of there being some sort of nuclear craziness because all it takes is one idiot to start it.
Yeah.
And then all the reactions coming from everywhere. I hope that doesn't happen. And I think everybody's scared of that who's in power. and that keeps it from happening.
Maybe it's viral,
Yeah,
like a virus.
a
Maybe,
virus.
maybe they were
apocalypse.
just maybe
Could
they were
be
just testing
virus,
with COVID.
AI,
Yeah.
something like this. I mean, I was just reading this book. It's called The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman, I think. He's the guy that founded DeepMind, and he talks about all this stuff where you can actually buy a machine for $25,000 right now, and this is getting exponentially cheaper, where you can actually edit and recombine DNA. Right. And there's no regulations on this. Like, you could just go buy one of these machines, and if you were malicious, you could just go start making viruses or whatever, right? Like, there's no regulation on it, right? So there's an actual, and he talks about this in this book, there's an actual issue right now because of emerging technologies we have, where we are in a real world situation where one person who went rogue enough could take out 1 billion people.
Yeah, so that would have to be like monitored pretty heavily, like.
But it's not. You could go buy a machine for $25,000, and you can manufacture DNA in your garage right now.
So what happens when someone does that? Like,
it's research.
Why isn't
it's
someone
research
doing
equipment? It's research equipment. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he talks about it in this book, and then you also have things like, for example, you take somebody like Elon Musk. I've thought about this. I actually want to do a video about like how Elon Musk could take over the world or whatever, Because like, you could build an army of robots and send it under the earth, and then sends more robots into space, and then the robots start building more robots on the moon, and then he brings them all back to the earth and invades from 2 directions,
Isn't
Anyway.
he already building robots?
Huh?
He's already building robots, isn't he?
So those are the best
like
ones, the Tesla ones, because
Yeah.
he anticipates that it'll be 2 to 1 people to robot, or robot to people, 2 to 1. But those robots, dude, they're folding laundry and doing all sorts of crazy
they're
stuff.
doing the dishes. They're explaining to you what the apple is. Like, I saw that one.
Yeah.
I've seen Boston Dynamics videos, and those are pretty, like,
And by the end-
early ones.
Yeah, the Boston Dynamics robots look scary. Elon Musk robots look more human-like, but that doesn't mean they're any less scary.
Yeah, the Boston Dynamic ones remind me of like Metal Gear Solid robots. Like the dog one. What is it?
Dude, have you seen that one that stands up and it like flips its leg
Yeah.
behind its head?
Yeah, no.
And then like its head like spins around like
No.
this, and it's like a big red plate on its face.
Can you imagine something going after you like that at work?
Oh,
Like,
man.
you're on watch, sitting there, like middle of the night, everyone else is
Just
sleeping.
a red
this thing's-
plated face robot who's running after
You're
you.
like, listen, I resign.
Dude, there's nothing you can do. You can't
No.
run away from that. I mean, you're
No.
not Will Smith, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
right.
saying? Like with Will Smith and iRobot.
Yeah. Dude, nah. No, if I saw something like that, I'd shit my pants.
Yeah, you
for
probably just have
real.
to lay on the floor and say,
Yeah.
please don't hurt me. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I'm one of you.
But those things are terrifying. They really are. They look creepy. Those robot dogs.
Yeah.
Those robot dogs, they look creepy, bro.
No, they'll kill you. If you just mount like a machine gun on that
they
thing.
mount a
and
machine gun on there, and they'll
No.
take you out.
they like kick it, it balances, it like catches itself. Nah, man. You better hope that battery's running out at some point. That's the only thing that's gonna slow it down.
But you can't
You
outrun
got. Oh, there's cockroach, man.
What is it?
Or I don't know what that is.
No,
What
it is a
that?
cockroach.
Is this a
Look at that.
cockroach?
Yeah,
I thought those only live in
cockroach.
kitchens. Oh, that's gross. Oh my God, they
Put it on the
fly?
floor. Yeah, of course
Cockroaches
they
fly?
Of course they fly, bro. They got wings.
What the fuck?
They've been alive for like billions of years.
That's
you know?
not even a cockroach, man. That's one of them Teslas.
Yeah, that's a Tesla spy.
Yeah. Like the pigeons, man. The birds aren't real, remember?
So we've talked a little bit about time communication, robots, AI, post-apocalyptic things, Elon Musk potential taking over the world, and what else?
No, I think we about hit all the nothing we could.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to do another episode like this, but if you enjoyed this, feel free to like and share.
Yeah, like and share. Click
Share,
click the subscribe button below.
subscribe, and feel free to send us some money. Just joking. I'm joking.
All right, I'll
Should we
take
just
care
put
of
like
the link.
Bitcoin address or something like
Yeah.
that? They could just donate.
Yeah, there'll be a link somewhere in there. Support us.
All right, folks. See you later.
See ya.